It's a big week for the IPL teams. Most of them have landed in the UAE. And landing into our studios today are Ajit Agarkar and Irfan Pathan. Gentlemen, welcome. We'll be picking your brains in just a little bit. But everyone's wondering, what's the latest scoop on the IPL? What are our players doing in the land of sheikhs? The countdown has indeed begun. The excitement is in the air. And Ajit, our big three are already on the ground in UAE. Now, what's the first thing they're going to be looking to do? Are they just excited to get in and start practicing? Are they assessing conditions? What do you think?
Yeah, I think this must be the longest break all three of them would have had ever in their playing careers. Yeah, and they've had long careers. So uh, everyone's obviously itching to go out and play some cricket. But I think that there'll be a process that is involved when you're out of the game and in a situation like this where you don't really have any practice or everyone might be doing their fitness work and stuff. But look, I think they'll all three be itching to get into the nets, have a little bit of a bat more than anything catching up with other guys who you've used to meeting almost throughout the course of the year, and you haven't seen them for 5 months. So I think they are supposed to be quarantined for a few days, but after that I think it'll be as soon as they are allowed to, they'll want to get their preparations going, because 5 months is a very long time in a sportsman's career not to have anything to do with the sport, which is like I said, for someone who's played as long as they have, is the first time that's happened. And mind you, all three of them are at different stages in their career. Mahendra Singh Dhoni is just sort of announced his international retirement, so might be a bit stress free. No matter how great you are, you still want to get that off your shoulder, or just now focus completely on the IPL. Rohit, probably in the form of his life before the lockdown, might be itching to get back. Virat Kohli, he's been such a great over such a long period of time, but this rest might have been welcome. Has been captaining the team, has been the premier player for so long, so that rest might be welcome for him. So all three different sort of feelings, but they'll be itching to get back in the nets, or in the middle for that matter.
So, Irfan, you obviously played IPL back in 2014 when it last happened in the UAE. So, do you have any advice from your experience for the players who are there now? What's the first thing they should be doing?
Acclimatization is the most important thing. Obviously, all the franchisee will go there and play as many matches as possible in that bubble which they create. But I think my advice will be, a lot of people are talking about, how it's going to be so hot, 40 degrees temperature, and it's going to be turning. I don't think so at the start. Look, you should be definitely thinking to swing the ball early on, because when I played, obviously there were different months. When I played IPL in 2014 in Dubai, it was month of April and May, but this time it's much later, starting in September. So the weather is slightly hot, yes, but if you have a hot weather, that means there will be humid condition as well. And if there is humid condition, ball does swing. Whenever we played in Sri Lanka, I enjoyed bowling there because of the humid condition and somehow if it's too cold, it swings. If it's humid, it swings as well. So don't think too much that if you're a fast bowler, that it's not going to swing. Don't think like that. Be positive. And if you are going to go there, go with this mindset and you'll be able to get the results. And look, and if it doesn't swing, make sure if it's a dry condition as fast bowlers, try and hit the deck. If you hit the deck, you might find some perches in those Dubai pitches.
And of course, one of the things we keep talking about is how everyone's going to adjust to this new normal. And one of the big factors in that is going to be playing without crowds. How do you see the players responding to something like that?
I'm sure it'll take a little bit of time, because there is a certain energy you derive from your fans or the crowd, and there is no doubt that it plays a big part. Sometimes, okay, the IPL is being played away from India this year, but otherwise, when you're in India, there is home and away support, and you can that almost acts like a 12th man a lot of the times, but there is so much energy in Indian crowd. So it'll be something to get used to. I don't think necessarily it'll affect the players, in the sense that once you're in the middle, all you're focusing as a bowler is to bowl the right ball, and as a batter to try and whack that ball out of the park. So uh, that won't change. Once you're in the heat of the battle, it won't change, but I'm sure it'll take a couple of games to get used to. All their lives they've played in front of big crowds, especially in the IPLs. I think every game, it's a packed house, so it'll take getting used to. But you can't complain in this time that you're getting to play some cricket, and it's been a long time that they've been waiting for it.
Since we heard about MSD's retirement, everyone's been asking, how do we honor MSD? How do we show him how much we love him? And the MCA had the suggestion that they would like to name the seat at Wankhede where that World Cup winning six was hit by him in 2011. What do you think about that?
I mean, I don't think anyone would have a problem if the seat's named after that particular shot. It was a historic one. What it took India 28 years to win the World Cup again.
Indeed, Ajit. And Irfan, what about this proposal from the BCCI to hold a farewell match for MS Dhoni?
Look, he deserves that. He has done so much for the country, for himself. He's been an icon, for the youngsters to take up cricket no matter where you are. Talking about the records, he has been one of the most successful Indian captains. So why not? And he deserved that, absolutely. And I even gone on to take one step further. Why not involve all the cricketers who are involved in Indian cricket? They have achieved something. Maybe it's World Cup or whatever it is. Give them farewell. Maybe make an 11 which has Dhoni as a captain and play a game with current Indian cricket team. That'll be fantastic. But definitely Dhoni, Raina deserve all the goods they're getting on the social media as well.
It certainly sounds super exciting. I'm sure fans would be thrilled to see something like that. In fact, maybe even players on the current team would be really excited to play against you guys. But it is a fact that we haven't seen MS Dhoni now in action for almost over a year now. So is there something that we should be expecting from him as fans in this new IPL? Like what can we see MSD doing this season?
A free-flowing cricket with no burden at all. When you play for country, you have that extra responsibility. You want to make sure you be in the form. If IPL would have happened, World Cup was supposed to happen, Dhoni might have thought about, playing for India, being fit, doing really, really good performance. But he's there playing for CSK. CSK is his second home. And when you are at home, you are most comfortable. And I think Dhoni will be anyways comfortable. But as I said earlier as well, bowlers be very, very careful, because when Dhoni comes to play this IPL, he will come with full form and free flow. And when that happens, oh boy, there is no hiding. There is no hiding for bowlers.
We're going to keep searching for ways to thank MSD. But speaking of searching, I'm going to ask you a question, Irfan. Do you know which cricketer is the most searched for on the internet?
I think Virat Kohli.
That is correct. Very good job. Against whom did Virat Kohli make his international debut on August 18th, 12 years ago?
Sri Lanka. He was there to conquer the world, conquer the country's heart.
Well, Virat Kohli has achieved so much in his 12 years playing for Team India. Ajit, is there a particular record that you would just love to see Virat Kohli break?
I thought he's broken all of them. Yeah. I didn't think there was anything left to be broken. I hope he gets a 100 before he finishes in Test cricket. Before he finishes or hangs up his boot, which is a while away still. I do hope he gets a 100. What we've had 3 from Indians, I think 2 from Sehwag and 1 from Karun Nair. But for all his achievements that Virat has had, and clearly has enough energy to go and get that 100, I hope he does that before he ends his career. But look, there's going to be a few records that are going to be broken before he finishes. You said 12 years. It feels like 20 years that he's been playing. I mean, it's incredible how he's progressed from when he came into the team to where he is at this point, and rightly so that he's one of the best batsmen in the world, or if not the best.
Virat Kohli has gone on to conquer the world. Do you think there's anything on his bucket list that he's thinking, gosh, I need to get these done in the next few years?
Well, I'm sure hundreds. He will be thinking. He might not be talking about it, but if anyone could achieve that feat after Sachin Tendulkar, he's the one. He's achieved so much with such little time. And I hope that if anyone breaks the record of those 100 hundreds, because I was part of Sachin Paji's journey when he scored that last 100 as well. But I always wish if anyone breaks the record, he has to be Indian. And Virat has the ability, Virat has the fitness, which is the most important thing to be able to achieve that feat. I think he's 30 short of that 100 hundreds, and I think he'll be able to achieve it, before he retires. And I really hope so. And that's the target he will have in his mind.